Here's another headline for you. TCGplayer unveils plans for innovation headquarters in Syracuse. Please welcome the man on a mission to expand to 1,000 employees within the next 5 years, Chedy Hampson. Let's hold him to it.
All right, thank you so much. I'm going to move around a little bit. I'm really excited. I get to share with you the story of TCGplayer, but also what is going on in Syracuse, what has me so excited. But to tell that story, I'm going to go back about 20 years here. I just dropped out of college. I was trying to figure out what my path in life was going to be, and I got a job at a local retail place here in Syracuse, right down Salina Street. It was a comic book store called Twilight Book and Game. Now, the store is closed now, but for a point of my life, it was the perfect place for me to be. I could be my unique self. I could hang out with my coworkers, the people I got to meet that came into that store, embraced me, and really shared with me the idea of what a great culture could be like, what a supportive work environment could be like. And in that place, I learned what it was like to be challenged. My boss, even though it was retail, even though it was comic books and hobbies, I could still pitch an idea and be accepted and see that implemented. And so this place was at a magical time in this country's future. There was a product line that swept into that store over the course of a few weeks that took not only the store by storm, but also took the entire nation by storm, and it built many of the billion-dollar industries that we are all talking about and seeking out for investment right now. And that product line was this cute and adorable Beanie Baby. And I remember I wanted that dragon Beanie Baby so bad, but that'll play into the story a little bit later. This product line, it was the first time that we had heard about eBay. It was the first time we had heard the words e-commerce. And it was the realization that we could grow our business beyond those four walls of the brick and mortar store, that there was an opportunity to reach people across the nation and across the world through e-commerce. And so it was at that moment that I went home from work one day, high on this energy of what the internet was going on, and my roommate had left open a magazine on the desk table. And it was a PC magazine. It said, How to Build a Website in 10 Easy Steps on the cover. So I opened it up, I looked at that two-page spread, and I just started messing around. And magically, again, I went into work the next day, and the boss is talking about the World Wide Web, and that we need to get our door on the World Wide Web. People need to be able to walk into our store. And I walked into his office, and I said, I can build you a website, Bob. You got to give me a chance. And so after much talk, he accepted, gave me 90 days to put that website together, and I walked out of that office confident, and then my knees started to shake. I shut that door and I realized I had just talked myself into something that I had no idea how to do. So this is before Google. Off I went to the best search engine in the world at that time, and it was the local library. I took out a book on HTML for dummies. Then I took out another book on HTML. Then I realized I don't have any creative design abilities. So I pulled a friend of mine that was a graphic artist named Ray Moore in. We got a bootleg copy of Photoshop, and we got to work on that website, and we built it for him. But we also built a couple other websites on the side. We built a Magic the Gathering website for a card game that we were really in love with, and we saw parents almost fighting other parents right in the store for a new product line called Pokemon. And we said, we probably should build a website for that as well. And those websites, they actually produced revenue for us. I didn't get paid in store credit like I did for this Twilight Book and Game site. I got cash from Nintendo, from Hasbro, and that's what became the future and grew into what TCGplayer is. Now, TCGplayer, we are the largest online marketplace for the collectible gaming space. We focus on cards primarily, but the product supplies and everything else within them. We have millions of visitors that come to our website every month to research and shop and find out what other games they're interested in. But we also, because we're an online marketplace, we focus not just on the buyer side of the market, we also have to focus on the seller side as well. We have to grow that side of the business. And the seller side of collectibles are brick and mortar stores across the country, independent hobby store owners, usually just mom and pop stores. So we have been launching new features and new business lines to support them over the last few years. It started with logistics. We knew that Amazon Prime was incredible, but that focuses on new products. So what could we do to help the resale of used goods? And we launched the first of its kind, like Amazon Prime, for for the collectibles industry. And that has grown to shipping out millions of products every single month and supporting about 1,000 brick and mortar stores in this country. And in the last few years, we launched a software as a service business line as well. That is focused on supporting these tens of thousands of brick and mortar stores, providing them inventory management, pricing algorithms, image recognition software, everything that they would need to compete in the new world that retail is becoming. So it has really taken off for the last 5 years. We were 10 employees in 2013 working from my dining room and my living room. Next month, we moved into a first office space here in downtown Syracuse at the State Tower building with those 10 employees. And over the course of those 4.5 years, we've grown to over 250 employees. Now that type of growth, thank you. That growth from 10 to 50, 50 to 125, 125 to 250, each time you hit new blockers, new reorganization that's needing, new executives that are coming in and out of the company, new layers of middle management. And the way we were able to go past each of those hurdles and stay quick and keep growing is because of our culture. That time I spent at Twilight Book and Game, understanding what it would be like to empower people, we took that and then we traveled the country, went to companies like Zappos, we studied their culture. We brought all of that together to build what is going to be, has been nominated as an award-winning culture, not just to help us retain our current employees, but also it's been a weapon to help us recruit employees. So I want to put it up here for a moment. On the national level, we've been recognized as one of the top 100 workplaces for women in this country. On the state level, we've been recognized as one of the top 50 companies to work at. And on the local level, we've been recognized as the top business in all of Syracuse. So this culture and our ambition to help this nation's brick and mortar stores set us on a journey over the last year and a half to raise our first round of funding. And we did. In this February, we raised $10 million designed to take our company to the next level and to make sure that we could fulfill everything we wanted on both business lines, grow our marketplace while also growing our software as a service business and keep both business lines strong. So, we're in Syracuse, New York. It's not the world's greatest tech hub, is what we would said 4 or 5 years ago, but over the last couple of years as we've grown, we've been telling a story to people about the beauty of Syracuse, about the low cost of living, and about the building tech scene. We've been trying to whisper to them at first, hey, there's a tech scene here, believe us. And here on the map, that whisper started with companies like SpinCar. It started with Ephesus. It started with the Tech Garden. And those whispers, they turned into a louder vocalization from local businesses and from Center State CEO going, maybe we're not a manufacturing town only. Maybe we can be a tech scene. And so we started recruiting more and more people coming from Washington, D.C., coming from Washington State, relocating to Syracuse, New York. People with ties to the regions we've heard before. Either they went to the universities or they were friends and families of ours that had to take technology jobs in other states, and they were now starting to see that they could come home. And then, 2 huge announcements happened over the last few months. Plows and, it's not up on the map anymore, but Plows and Mows had relocated to Syracuse downtown, and they just gotten a major investment, and they have picked up, and I believe they've just started over the last few weeks, moving into the AXA Tower at one end of the Warren Street. And Sidearm Sports, another incredible technology company, has picked up their business and relocated themselves to the other end of Warren Street. So now we have this incredible movement that has happened downtown. This tech scene that we whispered and then spoke out loud has become a reality, and it's time for us to tell the world about it, right? Right? So, that is what the headquarters that we are building right here on Warren Street as well is all about. It's just announcing to the world what has already happened from all these great companies. And here it is. It's taking an old indoor mall and converting that lobby into an incredible new lobby for a tech scene. The idea is we're going to fly a 100-foot dragon directly out of the glass windows of that building and roar out over Warren Street to announce not just our company, but that all these incredible companies are right here in Syracuse, and you need to take notice, because that's what it's going to take. And it's not just that lobby. This is old retail space. We're converting all of that retail space into beautiful, walkable, inspiring rooms that we're hoping people will go by, notice, post pictures online, tell their friends and family, once again, who maybe had to relocate to Washington State or to California. It's time to come home. Look at what we have here in Syracuse. This is exciting. And here's a few more views of the rooms. We're converting these into some of our greatest scenes from movies and things that we love, but we also know they inspire other people. And the idea is middle schoolers and high schoolers hopefully go, I want to be a web developer. I want to be a QA tester. And they go to their guidance counselors, and we both grow them and keep them right here in Syracuse. And so in just a few months, we're going to be moving into this new headquarters. I just want to give you a quick snapshot of what it looks like as of this morning. So the castle room, the main lobby is starting to come together. We only have a few more months before we're ready to make that announcement and start telling people across the country what is going on in Syracuse. And so as we think about the future, we already said that we didn't think this was a tech scene. We whispered it, we spoke it, and somehow all of you have helped make that a reality. So I want to show you headlines from 5 years from now that we also believe we're going to put up here, and it's going to be a milestone. And it's a milestone not just for TCGplayer, hitting 1,000 employees. It's the belief that you have given us. You have made us believe that you can grow a technology company in Syracuse, New York, that could become 1,000 or more employees. So this is a community effort of everybody in this room, from business leaders to local government, state government, so many people, investors. You have all, as a community, supported all of these great companies and built them up through capital or through word of mouth and made this possible. So you should really thank all of yourselves. Thank you.